Hey guys, today we're off to Annapolis Royal, which is not only home to the first European settlement in North America, but is also home to Canada's oldest National Historic Site. With that being said, let's get down there and check it out. Alright you guys, we are here in Annapolis Royal, and every Saturday and Wednesday they hold this huge market where they'll sell everything from fresh produce to clothes to just trinkets that you can buy for storing around your house. Alright, so we're going to go check out the market first, and then we're going to get into some of the historical sites.
David Whitney. I have an antique and collectibles shop. I've been having summer hours here for the last 35 years, and I quite enjoy it.
Yep. Would there be any one thing that you would recommend somebody to do while they're here in Nova Scotia?
Enjoy themselves and don't try to move around too quickly, because there's lots to see, so take the time to see it.
Yep. Hey, my name is Sam Kilback. I'm with SK Joinery, it's my company, and then with my wife, we're also Dandelion Lane Family Farms. We sell all kinds of stuff: woodworking, furniture, cutting boards. My wife does macrame and plant hangers and things like that. Yeah, we've been coming to the Annapolis Market this is our first year here, but we've been in the area for 2 years. And yeah, just have fun doing our craft style, lifestyle kind of thing. Nice.
Well, you guys definitely seem like you're very, very talented. I'm sure you guys will be very successful going forward.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Alright you guys, so that was the market. Now we're going to go downtown and check out some of the historical sites and learn a little bit about Canada's history.
So this is the Sinclair Inn. It was built in 1710, and it is the second oldest wooden building in Canada. And I don't know what else you want me to say. Oh, well, we can
what would you say is your favorite historical fact about the building?
I like the painted room upstairs. That is pretty cool. It's a fully painted mural in a room upstairs, and it was painted in the mid-1840s.
Awesome. And how long have you been working here, man?
Just this summer here.
Just this summer?
Tomorrow's my last week.
And tomorrow's your last week.
Yeah, tomorrow. Next week's my last week.
Awesome.
Jeez.
That's so awesome, dude. Alright you guys, so yesterday I kind of ran out of time. I had to kind of call it an early day. But today we are back in Annapolis Royal, and first thing we're going to hit up is Fort Anne. This was the first National Historic Site in Canada and was actually the capital of Nova Scotia until the founding of Halifax in 1749. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, so when you get to Fort Anne, the first thing you're probably going to notice is the landscape. If you look around me, it's very, very hilly. So with that in mind, you might kind of think, oh, that's kind of a weird place to put a fort. Why wouldn't you want to put a fort on a more flat area? Well, it wasn't actually naturally like that. They actually fortified it like that. It's actually not random at all. It's actually in the shape of a star. Let's try and show you guys here. You can kind of see what it's based off there. There's some aerial views that you can also get as well that really kind of show the actual geometry of it. But then with the star shape, and you can clearly see out into the basin, that's, you know, very much downhill from where we are now. So this fort would be very, very easy to defend. So even just, you know, coming up these trenches, they have stairs going up the trenches, and even going up those stairs is not super easy. It's very, very steep. It's almost like a ladder, in fact. So you can imagine that anyone trying to take over the fort would have a very difficult time, even just with the terrain, let alone trying to take on all the cannons that are situated all over this place. Alright you guys, so I'm standing in front of what's known as the black hole. It was intended to store gunpowder, but it lacked the ventilation required to keep the gunpowder dry. So it got repurposed as a shelter, and for a brief period of time was actually used as a prison. So let's go in, check it out, and then we're going to go check out the what's known as the powder magazine. It is creepy down here, guys, but very, very sturdy. You can definitely see why they would want to keep the women and children down here during attacks. And yeah, definitely wouldn't be a place I would want to get locked up in. But yeah, no, it's also very, very moist down here. I can definitely imagine gunpowder wouldn't last very well. So as I mentioned before, the powder magazine was supposed to replace the black hole. It's supposed to have better ventilation. It's also just built better all around. So let's go down there and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so the building you see behind me is called the officers' quarters. It not only held the officers but also the soldiers and their families, as well as a hospital facility. It wasn't originally part of the fort. It was actually an upgrade that the British made to try and renovate all of Nova Scotia's defenses. In the 1930s, it was actually renovated and turned into a museum, and has actually been running as such ever since. Alright, so up next we have the historical gardens. It's supposed to have 17 acres of themed gardens. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean, but it sounds pretty cool. But I'm more than sure that there's going to be someone there that can answer all the questions we got. Let's go check it out. Alright, so I guess that was some sort of kind of replica of what life must have been like for the settlers that first came here. And it kind of seemed like a very primitive house. It was just mainly one room, and then the backyard or garden was where they would grow their crops for their families. I imagine some of them probably would have been a lot bigger than that, because I don't imagine you're going to be growing too much food in something that small, but I think it's just representative. But man, there's so much stuff here. I'm almost getting lost in here, guys. Yeah, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you guys everything, just because there's just way too much stuff here. I could probably spend a day in here alone. But definitely very, very cool. There was a calf in here, so that was pretty cool. You can come and have some tea, maybe a snack. It's some sort of green space, I guess. But yeah, then there's this big open field that was, I guess, part of a big walk, and that's where I guess the bulk of the garden is. There's a couple ponds in there and whatnot, but I'm not gonna venture out in there just because it was right in the sun and it's kind of a hot day. And there's also much more to do. Alright guys, so that was the historical gardens. Very beautiful, definitely something worth checking out. I'm probably gonna go back there before I leave Nova Scotia, just because there's a nice little cafe in there. It definitely seems like it'd be worth visiting. Alright you guys, that's going to do it for this video. There is so much more of Annapolis Royal to discover, so I encourage you guys to get down there and check it out for yourself. If you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram, where every Tuesday I'll be sharing a piece of advice that you can take on your next outdoor adventure. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.